Hello, Will here, and we are in Skyrim, and today we are looking at 3 mods. We will be looking at a whole bunch of followers. We will also be looking at some alterations to Solitude, and we will be returning to a mod that I checked out previously, because I believe since I last checked it, it's had a few updates, and I did say in that video that I would be returning to this particular mod if there are any updates to it. But first off, we are going to begin with mod number 1, which is Follower and Villains Pack by Widowhawk. So, well, this kind of self-explanatory, follower and villains. So, it's effectively what it is. It's just basically, it's about, I think it says in the description, there's like 30 new followers have been added into the game. Obviously, I'm not going to be showing off every single one of them, because sod that. But I will be looking at a few of them. And first off, for example, if we look behind me, over there, being Mr. Larry Loner and Mr. Antisocial, we have Xander. So in the description it does give you all the names of the followers, the description of basically kind of what they do, whether they're like a more of a magey kind of character or possibly more of a sort of like archer or a knight or anything like that. It gives you like a very brief description and also lets you know where they are. And the good thing is since this is a mod by Widowhawk, we have no face glitches. Because I've been trying to find a follower mod that adds in a bunch of followers, and because I want to try and get like one more follower into my team. But the problem is, every single one I tried unfortunately had the face glitch. Which, don't get me wrong, there is nothing wrong with the face glitch, because unfortunately it is a limitation of PS4. So sometimes you'll have some new NPCs and followers that will have it, and other ones that don't have it because they've been made by modders who are either a bit more experienced in creating mods or have done their research into ways to fix the face glitch. But the only reason I'm trying to find one, obviously, without the face glitch is because I actually want them to join the team. But we're not going to pick Xander. I don't want Xander. Look at the Falmore agent. You dirty little rats. But right, so we know, but that's an example of one of them. So the next one, where we're going to go to next, is we are going to go just pop up to Riverwood, and we're going to pop into the Sleeping Giant Inn to have look at another follower. But anyway, we're not here to listen to me complain like an old man. We are here to find Drokegger, or Drokegger, or I don't know how you pronounce his bloody name, but I think it's this dude over here. Possibly, yes. It's kind of a bit like Geralt, a bit like The Witcher, maybe just a tiny bit older. It's a slightly older version of Geralt. And what was that? That's weird. But yeah, so you got this dude here. You can find him in the Sleeping Giant Inn. Obviously, he's definitely more of a heavy artillery kind of person. He's in dragon bone armor, has a dragon bone battle axe. He's going to have experience, especially since he looks like he's based off The Witcher. So, there's another one there. And that's it for this one. And we are going to go to one final place. We are going to go to Riften to go and pick up the follower that I want to join my team. Alright, here we are in Mistvale Keep. So we're in Riften, and we are looking for Zuberi, who I believe Zuberi is just over here. Are you Zuberi? Hello, Zuberi.
This one needs something?
Yes, follow me.
Then lead on, friend.
And there we go. So we have a new follower with Zuberi. Now, he is supposed to be unarmed, I think, initially.
I'll smell them coming.
But, have a look.
I will shoulder some of
So what's he got on him? So he's Zuberi. Okay. He is one designed to literally punch the living shit into everything. 200. So he does an additional 200 points of damage. Well, damn. Okay. Well, I'm going to take that off for you. Okay, so you're a bit of a sort of like a bit of a barbarian person. Oh, okay, you're going to have to just keep your armor for now. I'll redo his armor later on. All right. So obviously I'm not going to worry about showing him off on the premise of, because you know what he's going to do. He's literally just going to go at someone, flick him, and he's going to be like Saitama or One Punch Man. He's just going to go at. Yes. What do you want? Yes. Personal space, please, Widow. Yes, I know. I'm gorgeous. Anyway, but yeah, so I'm not gonna bother showing off because it's pretty much he's just gonna go to someone, punch him in the face, and then gonna be dead. It's as simple as that. But right, so we got the final follower in a way to Zuberi. So this was Follower and Villains Pack by Widowhawk. As always, there will be a link in the description below. Unfortunately, I can't remember if this was actually a recommended mod or if it's one I just looked up myself. I actually can't remember. If someone recommended this to me, thanks for the recommendation, and sorry I forgot your bloody name. And by the fact that you even recommended it in the first place. But either way, we are going to move on to mod number 2, which for mod number 2, we need to go to Solitude. Alright, and here we are with mod number 2 called Another Solitude. Now this
captained a ship called the Argent Raptor. She struck an iceberg and went down just north of Windhelm.
Hold on, Solitude, you can wait a second. Okay. You feeling alright, Xander? You, appear to be missing something. Okay. Well, enough of the creepy man. See you later. Okay, well, with that out of the way, I have no idea. Yes, so this is Another Solitude. Now, this was uploaded by Be Very of A, but he wasn't the original mod author. The original mod author was Conspiracy Dog, but Be Very of A had got permission to port this from Nexus mods to PS4. So in a way, in comparison to Nexus mods, there might be some small little changes to it compared to the original, just so then it would work for the PlayStation. But yeah, so what this just basically does, it just changes the inside of Solitude a little bit, basically. It just adds things in, adds in new buildings into areas, it gives it a bit more decoration, gives it a bit more building, actually, actual like buildings inside, so now I think it does say that some of the buildings do not have interiors and stuff like that. It's just that some of them are like this. They don't really serve any purpose, but they are there for more aesthetic reasons. But it could also be because that this had an interior, but it had a lot of like external assets inside, which obviously wouldn't work with PlayStation, so they had to be removed. But Be Very Very decided to basically not spend a time to replace all the interiors, because there might have been quite a fair few interiors to replace. I'm not 100% sure, but that is always a possibility. I don't remember this door always being here. It may have always been here, but let's go up. So we go over here. We get a bit more of an aerial view of it all. So it's not just obviously this first little bit of Solitude. You know, it changes everything around it. You know, you got all of this. You know, all of this originally wasn't here. You know, so this wasn't here. No, you don't go into anywhere. But again, aesthetics. Perilous walkways to get to get the houses, or what would have been houses. Again, there are probably not any houses in here at the moment. I think there are a couple that you can actually interact with and actually do stuff with. So we're just going to have a look around. Yep. How about you? Nope. How about you? Unfortunately, no. Hey. Alright. What about you? No. It's like, you know, this is like a great mystery puzzle game. Which doors work and which doors lead to nothing. So you got somebody's back garden here, apparently. With just some bedrolls, just randomly placed there. Yeah, fair enough. To each what flows their boat. But yeah, so this is not, obviously, yeah, this is not going to sort of like add a load of new houses and a load of new NPCs. You know, it's not for that. Oh, hello. But it's just to make Solitude look more like sort of like an actual sort of like city, because it's supposed to be the capital of Skyrim. You know, it's Skyrim's capital city. But yet there wasn't a lot of like building work in here. There were a few, you know, buildings here, and a few of the main buildings over there, and that was it. There wasn't all these little small houses, small streets, small alleyways, and stuff like that. Like all these like little details that you would normally expect to see within an actual city. You know, so basically what this just does, it just creates the more of an illusion that it's an actual city rather than just it being a bunch of big houses and then that's it. You know, because in a city you'll have big houses, but you'll also have a bunch of little houses. Oh, well, I'm going to unlock that one. Alright then, so look. But yeah, so yeah, it is unfortunate that a lot of all the doors don't seem to lead to anywhere, which that is a little bit unfortunate. But I think there are a couple of small places that you can use, like this place here. I think you can actually use this as an actual sort of like player space. You know, and it has working sort of like windows you can open and close. So you know, that's always nice. So it does have a few places that you can use for like as a player space if you don't want to spend like 50 grand on Proud Spire Manor. But it did require a key. So where you get the key from? Oh, I don't know. I just cheated and used the ring I'm unlocking. But so you know there are some places where you can, you know, just basically just move into and not actually pay for it. Like here, you could probably move into here, more than likely. Let's have a look. What's upstairs? So up here, you got a bedroll. There's not as much up here, it's just a bedroll. It's just more like a little small attic space, really. Then you go to here, then you go to here, and then this is probably more. That's actually supposed to be the thing. On an identified key. Investigate is note 2. I'm not going to worry about this too much. Mainly because I've got the ring of unlocking, so I don't need to spend ages trying to find like all the keys and you know, but you know, it looks like it does have a little sort of like thing that you can do, like a little, I don't know, I'm not going to say it's a treasure hunt. The hell? What am I getting pushed down for? No. I want to get up to, I can't get up here. Ah, there you go. So yeah, I'm not going to say it has like a little treasure hunt, but maybe, you know, there's a little bit more to it than just it has a whole bunch of buildings to Solitude. But I'm not going to worry about it too much now. Obviously, you know, I'm going to let you lot, if you don't have this yourself, to sort of like look into that yourselves. So let's go and look down. Ugh. But the good thing is, it doesn't look like that this does seem to collide with anything at the moment. But there is obviously always the possible chance that if you have any other mods that alter the interior to Solitude, then you may get some collisions. And I haven't had any frame issues, no frame drops, or I mean, I keep having like this little stutter, but I think that might just be something to do with my followers. I'm not entirely sure. But apart from those couple of stutters, I haven't really had any kind of like major collision issues. I mean, there is this collision issue, technically, with the mod that adds that where you get Madari, which is from the Scampering Skeever Courier from one of my mods. But it's not a major issue because you can still actually get inside. It's just that there's a rock in the way. You know, there's a rock there. Doesn't look like too much has been done with Castle Dow, though. So I think it's mainly just the city itself. It's not. So Castle Dow looks like it's been untouched. Proud Spire, obviously, they wouldn't have really touched on the premise of because it's all like. It's the player who Bard's College. It's because obviously there is a quest line to this, so obviously to try avoid any possible conflictions or collisions or issues occurring with the Bard's College quest. Obviously that hasn't been altered. But yeah, if you're looking just to sort of like expand Solitude a little bit, just add a bit more to it, then. You know, you can always try this one, but again, if you do have any mods that either changes aspects to Solitude or adds anything into Solitude, then there is chances that there will be some collisions. There are a couple of things that I am noticing that I can't seem to get up here from here. There seems to be like an invisible wall there. Oh, and the game froze. Oh dear. Okay, so yeah, unfortunately I did have a game crash, but I'm gonna say that it's not due to this mod, because the game's been funny all night trying to do recording. It's just I've been having constant crashing problems, so I'm gonna put that crash down to the game and not the mod. Because it seems like the mod itself in general runs absolutely fine. I mean, actually, at the moment, you can't really see anything. There you go, a bit of light. There. So, yeah. So, apart from that crash, which was probably the game rather than the mod, you know, if you want to check this one out yourself, then there will be a link in the description below. And this was another Solitude, ported by B Very of A and originally created by Conspiracy Dog. But obviously, again, one key thing to remember is that if you have any other mods that either make alterations to the inside of Solitude or adds anything to the inside of Solitude, then you may occur with, you know, a couple of collisions with buildings and stuff like that. So you just bear that in mind if you want to check this one out for yourself. But right, with that said and done, we are going to move on to the final mod of the video, into which we are going to go back to a mod that I've checked out previously, and for that we need to go to Lake Ilinalta. Alright, and here we are with mod number 3, which I've been trying to get the weather to be better, but the game hates me. It's hating me with crashes, it's hating me with the weather. The Skyrim just doesn't like me anymore, it really doesn't. But anyway, we are here with mod number 3, which is Ilinalta House. Now, I did feature this mod maybe about a month ago, maybe month and a half ago, something like that, you know, a little while back, into which, you know, it was still kind of like a kind of a partial work in progress, and I did say that I would come back to it when more work had been done on it. And so here I am, back at Ilinalta House by Widowhawk. So let's have a look what Widowhawk he's been up to. So already you're gonna go get some clay. Fair enough. Knock yourself out. So I don't remember this being here before, so I think this is obviously this has been added. A little fishery area, because I don't remember this being here before. There being like kind of like a little like fish hatchery kind of thing. So I think that's kind of new. In general, on the outside, it looks fairly similar to what it did. Yeah, I do apologise for the weather. The game just doesn't like me anymore. Let's have a look. Oh, he didn't. He didn't fix this. No. No, I was like, remember I noticed that last time, and I did mention about it, but it looks like they haven't fixed it. But again, not the end of the world. Not a big ass problem at all. You still got your cow. You still got your little bit of a garden. I'm not expecting the outside to have changed that much. Mainly because it doesn't actually look like the outside's changed too much. So it still kind of looks like the outside is still kind of the same. It might be a little bit different. I think last time there was like a barrel or something here. Yeah. Well, it's just a fish barrel now. I'm pretty sure that was something different last time. I can't remember. But yeah, so it looks like the outside hasn't changed too much. They might have done like a little bit more to the landscape maybe or something, but I'm not 100% sure. It's been a little while since it came here. But if they made any changes anywhere, it will be the inside of the house, which is obviously what people are going to be more interested in seeing. Alright, here we are inside. Now let's see if inside is any different. So as of the moment, this still looks pretty much the same as it did, but again, this area didn't need a lot of work done to it anyway, so alright then. Welcome to the group, Zuberi. You also do weird things. You'll fit in here fine. But yeah, so it doesn't look like it's changed too much there, but again, it didn't need a lot of work there. Now, if I can remember correctly, this was, I think, was going to be a kitchen, but last time it didn't have much in it. So let's have a look now. Oh. It's still the same. Can I get the sweet rolls at least? Oh. I can't even get the sweet bloody rolls, they're all... Okay, so that's still pretty much the same. Up here it looks different. Okay, so up here is definitely different. There wasn't as much stuff up here as last time, so okay, so up here is definitely very different. So you got plenty of equip your axes, swords, great swords, mace warhammers, crossbows, bows, daggers, shields, headwear, gloves, gauntlets, armor, arrows, and footwear. There's nothing in them, but I like the idea for the display. I like this storage idea. I think it looks pretty funky. And then obviously you're gonna have all your your basic stuff here. The end table, bed. You got your nightingale thing here. You got a chest. You got a thing for gemstones. Search amulets, so you can put all your amulets here. Which I think, I quite like how that looks. I mean, that looks pretty funky. Your own little wash basin, which as of the moment, I'm not totally sure why it's actually in the bedroom, but okay. So the bedroom is definitely changed. So that's nice. But again, I do like how this is set up. Though I quite like the setup for this, and by the fact that it's actually individualized rather than it being like one-sided, rather than it being like the whole thing is just weapons. It's each section is its own thing. So I think that's pretty cool. That's pretty funky. This was here before. Doesn't really look like this has changed too much, but that's fine because it didn't really need a lot of changing anyway here. I still don't get what this link thing is, but recipes, bugs in jars, a bunch of stuff you can get, jewelry, arcane enchanter, place to put your soul gems. So didn't really know that obviously this room hasn't changed all that much. Maybe these weapon racks, maybe they might be new additions. But again, this room didn't need a lot changing anyway, so it's fine. Over here, still looks fairly similar to how it was. So that all looks very similar to how it was. Obviously, this room hasn't changed, but again, this one, it didn't need changing. As about that, I think it's actually pretty funky as it is already. I mean, it's a bit of a pain in the ass to activate that bloody thing. A little bit, but you know, it's a bit finicky to get the thing to come up, but again, this room didn't need changing because this was my favourite room last time I looked at it. And you know, and I still like it. So thank God he didn't change it. So, good job on not changing that room, because I like the room how it is. Okay, so let's have a look. So back room here. Again, this hasn't really changed too much. I mean, obviously, you still got things where you could sort of like ores there, dragon supplies, pet ingots, miscellaneous crafting supplies. Got all your crafting stuff that you need. So, as of at the moment, I mean, the followers don't seem to be following me around as much, but that might just be just the game being the game again. Alright, so I know there's still one more room, which we're going to look at in a second. So, as about the moment, I can see that I can see some of the differences that they've made. It's primarily, but it is primarily in here compared to last time I was here. It's primarily just this one room that's been changed. And you know, don't get me wrong. I do expect sometimes things to take a little while to get done. You know, things aren't always done too quickly, and this, that, and the other. But it's like, I would have thought by now they would have done something with this. I don't know what, because I swear this is supposed to be a bloody kitchen. I swear this is supposed to be a kitchen, but yet there's nothing in here to do kitchens. There's no cooking spit, no ovens. It's just a load of cheese. I mean, it's a good kitchen for Gorath, you know. He loves his cheese. But I suppose I could say I'm just a little disappointed that nothing has been done to this room at the moment, or at all. And I don't know if there actually are plans to do anything to this room. Which, if they don't, unfortunately, you know, I will say that will be a little disappointing, but you know, it's not my mod, so, you know, the person can do whatever they want to do. But for me, it'd just be nice to put, like, to actually get this kitchen finished, or what I'm going to presume is a kitchen finished. Alright, so let's go and have a look at the last room, which is the basement. Alright, and here we are in the basement. So, the basement itself hasn't changed a load. But one thing I have noticed that has changed is that last time I came in here, like not so much the racks and the mannequins and stuff like that, but the actual ground, the tiles, they weren't this tile. They were sort of like almost like a non-textured box kind of thing. They were a weird kind of box that you can actually get in the creation kit, which was more used in like testing rooms that Bethesda made and put into the game just to like test out like AI pathing and lighting and stuff like that. They had some weird like odd textured square boxes. They're made up of smaller squares, and I think that's what was being used here. But it's now changed, and they've now actually tiled the floor, so it is natural texture to what is actually something that you would normally find in the game. So at least they've made alterations to that. But again, obviously, yeah, you still got all your mannequins, you still got all the shield racks, all these empty chests, display cases, weapon racks, coats of arms. You know, all that stuff was here previously. But right, so yeah. So the changes from the last time I was here, the changes have only been very small. Yeah, I will say I was hoping for some slightly bigger changes. Not so much like completely utterly changed layout, obviously, but like, you know, just some more like final finishes to the house, like mainly the kitchen. Yes, I'm obsessed with that kitchen. But yeah, mainly just like the kitchen, because like obviously they've gone into this, they've changed one room since I last looked at it, but they haven't done anything with with what I can assume is the kitchen, which I would have thought by now that they would have. But there may be a reason why they haven't. It might be because they haven't had the time. It might be because that they don't want to. Maybe they just want to make it a cheese room. I have no idea. So, yeah. Unfortunately, yeah, I am a little disappointed on the revisit, but also at the same time, it's nice just to see what's been altered, what things have been kept the same, and the things that they've kept the same, again, apart from the kitchen room, or presumably be kitchen room, I like that they haven't changed any of the rooms and stuff that was already there, that was actually already fine as it was. So, like the room where you can put all the Dragon Priest masks and the priceless artifacts and stuff like that, that's all still the same. And that's good, because that's probably the best designed room in the house, pretty much. Apart from maybe the armory. I mean, the armory, obviously, it's taken a bit of time to get done, obviously. And I like the fact that they haven't changed the armory, apart from, like, these textures here, to actually make it actual in-game textures rather than testing room textures. So I like they're taking the time onto that. So, yeah, overall, a little disappointed with the progress, but also happy that they did actually come back, added a couple of things in, and they've also added some nice little things in, like, for example, the new storage system that they have in what is technically the bedroom, with, like, where you can put all, like, the bows and arrows and axes and all this and all that. I quite like that. I quite like that little addition. But that's it for this one. So there will be a link in the description to this mod, which is Ilinalta House by Widowhawk. If you want to check it out for yourself, or you think that your previous house, the armory is just not big enough. You know, you want more I say, then, you know, this one pretty big. Has to be said, it's a pretty big one. But right, so if you like this video, please remember to like and subscribe, and share this video with some of your friends, or in my case, no one. But no, if you want to obviously share it. If you want to share it. Like and subscribe if you want to. Nobody's got a gun to your head to do it. You know, it's up to you. But right, so before we get out of here, a little update on what's going to be coming up. So, I have a couple of things coming up in over the coming weeks, coming like a couple of weeks. So obviously I will still be doing some, like, the occasional Skyrim video, but I will also be starting on the playthrough of Forgotten Dungeons, which I don't know how long that's going to take. It's going to take a little while because there's quite a lot of dungeons. And obviously in each video I'm only going to be covering maybe 2 or 3 dungeons per video. So, you know, it's going to be its own little series, which obviously I'll probably put it into its own separate playlist kind of thing. This, that, and the other. Technical details, blah, 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 blah. But I will be going through Forgotten Dungeons. Update number 2 is that I will also be starting a series on Oblivion. So going back to the Elder Scrolls 4 and going into Elder Scrolls 4, just messing around on that game. Obviously, again, it will be a little bit modded, so I'm not going to like complete vanilla game. Obviously, I've modded it up a little bit, blah 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 blah. Nothing too crazy, but still a little bit of modding, blah 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 blah. And but in that, obviously, I'll be going for like the main story, Fighters Guild, the arena, this, that, and the other sort of thing. Kind of thing, blah blah blah, this, blah blah blah. But you'll get more details about that in the actual videos on Oblivion. So keep an eye out for the Return to Cyrodiil series that will be coming to the channel. Also, yes, again, keep an eye out also for the Forgotten Dungeons series that will be coming to the channel. And final update is that. Well, I'm not actually, no, not final, because I'm stupid. Update number 3 is in a few weeks' time. I don't know, it all depends on when she's able to get here. I will be doing a standalone mod review of a mod that I have been making alongside Dark Moon of Elsewhere for my partner Ebony, who has asked me to create something, tried to create it, failed, took the premise of what she asked for, and turned it into something else. And then she's actually going to join me in the video and actually go through that mod as basically for a first time viewing, as she doesn't know too much about it. And I haven't told her that much about it, and I'm not going to say that much about it here either, because I know sometimes she watches these videos, so I got my eye on you. But so keep an eye out for that one. So it will be Skyrim with the missus. And a final update, so this is the final update, is obviously been creating Dark Moon, but I will be doing another sort of like building compilation of the final dungeon that I need to make for Dark Moon, called Archmansift, which will be a Dwemer ruin. But obviously I need to finish off the rest of the island first, because it's eating my soul with the amount of trees and rocks and plants and landscaping that I need to do. It is eating away at my soul, and I am a former husk of myself. But I will be doing a sort of like a building compilation of the dungeon Archmansift, because I think some people might be interested in that, and I had fun last time doing it when I did it with the Edge of Nowhere. So I want to do that again. So, update 1, Forgotten Dungeons series will be coming. Update 2, a playthrough of Oblivion will also be coming to the channel. Update 3, the girlfriend will be joining me in the video to review a mod that was made for her. And number 4 is there will be a new compilation of building videos of a Dwemer dungeon called Archmansift coming to the channel, and that will be in a few weeks' time. But right, with all that done, with all that news given to you, it's time for me to get out of here. So until next time, I'll see you all later.